Everyone, I'm gonna get right to it. On it, buckled up. You're not gonna be able to see me that well because I am driving. It is 4:30 in the morning. So we're gonna do a quick AAR over the Wednesday storm event. As soon as I get out of my driveway. I know a majority of you guys will be seeing this way later, and again, I'm going to apologize for the lighting, but my voice is what matters, and I don't have a lot of time to do this later, so I figured this was the best time because I've got 30 minutes of uninterrupted drive time. So, on Wednesday, December 21, we were expecting a very rare weather event in the state of Iowa. I was going to cover it with some video and live, but I ended up having to go man a radio and 911 dispatch in Jasper County, Iowa, where I am the emergency coordinator. So, brief timeline of events. About 11:30 that morning, I got called by emergency management requesting that our radio and 911 dispatch be manned for the rare weather event, and that I have a spotter team or personnel ready to report damages. Now, before that phone call even came, I can tell you this: it was not the intent at any point in time for Jasper County Amateur Radio Emergency Services Team or ARES team to be put in the field for storm spotting due to the fact that the event was going to happen here after dark. There's just too many safety factors with after dark storm spotting. The intent the entire time was to have people go about their daily business. If they happen to be driving in the town, give us a report. If they wanted to stay home, give us a report from home. And the majority, and all of the people actually gave us reports from home, so that the intent and what was expected was followed perfectly. At 3 o'clock, one of my certified net control operators was out at that radio, and I was a little bit later at 3:30, and we sat until about 7 o'clock watching the storm enter and cross the state. During that time, we were doing periodic check-ins, condition reports, just to make sure we, test equipment, and not saying the equipment was bad, but initially we had issues firing the radio up, getting it on frequency, so just by periodically doing check-ins with people, seeing what's going on around our area, you can combat that a little bit. Make sure everything's working all right, so when the event happens, you know what normal is. When the event happens, then you know something's wrong. At about 7 p.m. standard time, which is where I'm at, 30 minutes east of Des Moines, the weather event happened. It had stalled out in Des Moines from about 6 to 7. We kind of have a funny saying over here in Jasper County that a storm looks bad until it hits Des Moines, and then Des Moines has lunch, eats the thing, and then when it gets over to us, it's either done one of several things. It's either weakened to the point where it's no longer an issue, it's been split in half and goes north and south of us, or it's gotten pissed off and it reforms and comes right at us. This was one of those things where it wasn't really any of those. It did weaken quite a bit, but it did reform, not to the intensity in which it originally was, but it did reform. And it hit us with, I think, the highest wind gust I heard someone may have gotten was an 80 mile per hour wind. The most common number I'm hearing kick around, and that 80 mile per hour wind was a gust. It wasn't sustained. The sustained winds I heard on average have been between 50 and 60 miles per hour. Don't get me wrong, those are decent winds. That's going to ruin your day, but it's nothing like the 100 mile an hour gusts that we were expecting. During the storm, most of the county lost power, and that was something we assisted in reporting in. Because we did not have people in the field, we didn't have people reporting down power lines. We just had people saying, "Hey, loss of power at our residence." We had reports from 3 counties: Polk, Jasper, and Marion. Given that I'm in Jasper County 911 dispatch, we really can only do much about our county, but we did have a good turnout. We had 11 people on the net. I had 99% of the Jasper County Aries team at one point in attendance. So it was, for a freak event in December, it was a very good turnout. We did use our online log. It worked near flawlessly. I had a couple hiccups with it. Like I said, the radio 911 gave us some issues. But other than that, it went really, really well. I wish I would have got to you guys yesterday and done this, but it's 4 in the morning, and I figured I could have done something yesterday afternoon, and this time gets away from me. So I had time this morning. I know if you're gonna watch this in the recording again. If you're watching this later, oh, there's some good lighting. I'm doing this on my way into work, so, which is why I'm kind of being conscious of what is on camera anyway, because you guys aren't supposed to see my uniform and stuff like that. Yeah, it had a relatively good turnout. Power has been restored to those who lost it. Nowhere near as bad as the derecho. I have not heard of any twisty winds or tornadoes being reported in the county. Though there were a couple tornadoes reported on the ground in the state, and I'm going to give a shout out to Dallas County Aries on their response effort. Dallas County Aries actually got us recognized by one of the local Aries recognized by one of the news networks. One of their spotters actually had eyes on a confirmed tornado on the ground, as it was Kossuth County that has have not seen the report from National Weather Service as of yet, though. So we did get our rare weather event. We did get our rare December tornado. I think this is the first rare tornado recorded on the ground in the state of Iowa in the month of December since they had started doing record reporting. So I'm not excited for it. I don't want to do it again after October hits. I'm ready for recruiting, and I'm ready for training period. So I like my 8 months of training and prepping and 4 months of excitement. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Again, sorry that I was completely in the dark, but I wanted to give you guys an AIR. So that's all I got. Thank you for watching Spotter Jetting Amateur Radio. I'll try not to do too many of these in the darks, and we'll see you on the next one.